Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Spirit Medium Law and Mediumship. Here you can enjoy healing and happiness with exceptional, evidential, and ethical spirit communications. Spirit Medium Laura has been channeling spirit for over 30 years. She is a research medium and is featured as a top 100 psychic in America. Here is Spirit Medium Laura now.
Today I am going to do Facebook Live. So if you're on Facebook, hello. Oh, there is one person already looking at this. Hi. And thank you everybody who is in the Blog Talk Radio queue. Just as a reminder, if you are on Facebook or listening on Blog Talk Radio, there is a secret to getting a reading, and that is to call area code 347-945-5849, as I will not be doing hi from Ohio, Chuck. I will not be probably doing chat readings, so you have to call in to get to the queue. I can't see the chat room today on Blog Talk Radio. Don't know why it's not there. There's a couple of things I usually say when I start the show, a couple of announcements and things like that. Hold on while I try to find that page. Oh, here it is. There is a website for this show, and the website is spiritmediumtv.com. That's spiritmediumtv.com. So if you go there, you'll be able to see or reference what I'm about to announce, as I do this always at the beginning of each particular show. And the shows are Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So keep that in mind if you're ever interested in listening again or hearing again another time. So the show, I call it Soul Abundance with Spirit Medium Laura, and here you can heal, grow, and manifest your dreams. I do 3 separate kinds of readings. One is mediumship. That means connecting to somebody or a loved one who's in the spirit world. I also do regular messages about your own life. And then I also do medical mediumship in complement to, but not replacement for, licensed medical advice. I also do healing, which comes in part a lot in the messages and in the medical section as well. Healing of a mind, body, soul kind of thing. I would do physical as well as spiritual, emotional healing, as the guides want, as the angelic guides want. So I already mentioned the phone number. I already mentioned the schedule. And if you want to receive a sale on a private session with me, that's item 1 on spiritmediumtv.com. You can obtain a 25% discount. The instructions are there. How to be in to win a private session with me is very easy. You simply need to join our mailing list. If you go to spiritmediumtv.com and you join the mailing list, at the top right of the screen there, you will be in to win for the month we're in. You'll be in to win for the month we're in, which means you're not competing with everyone. You're just competing with those that join the contest during the current month. If you'd like to jump the gate, right now the queue for readings is rather light, but you never know. Could get very, very busy. I noticed that. As the beginning of the show, the first 15 to 20 minutes or so, I will be giving you a group message. I will be having a focus subject, and then I will go into a meditation with you, and I will do a channel group message, which is really cool. There's some kind of fun things floating across the screen from Facebook. Well, thank you, all those pretty little hearts. Okay, so you could jump the gate. That means you make a donation. If you have an urgent matter that just can't wait, donate 8 and whoop, jump the gate. So that donation goes in part to help animals, as I donate monthly to my favorite animal charity. And I'll donate to other charities in the future, but right now I'm donating to that kind of charity. There's other things on the website, spiritmediumtv.com, such as how to get a certification, which is item 4, testimonial, which I'm about to do, a little quick testimonial of somebody that is a follower of my show, and the focus subject will be on the right sidebar of spiritmediumtv.com. And then I will go into the group message, which is a channeled one, and the phone lines then. And all that happens in a pretty quick amount of time. So first I'm going to just give you a little bit of a testimonial. This is one that I highlighted for today. I thought I highlighted it for today. What happened here? My computer kind of slipped away on me, which is great because now I get to just sort of like pick a random one. Here's one, Lena S., Mediumship in Life reading. And she says, thank you so much for your help. I'm so glad I found you on YouTube. You're honest, kind, and so very helpful. Just want to say I'm very grateful for your help. You're the best. Thank you again for everything and have a great day. Oh yeah, I know who Lena is. Lovely lady. Of course, she's lovely. she likes me. I like her. Some focus subject for today would come from the right side of Spirit Medium TV. And if you're listening to this at a future point in time, you can always find it by putting in the search box right above the posts the keyword toxic relationships. I had somebody email me on, I got it Monday, I think. She called the show a couple of weeks ago or last week or something, and I didn't know this when she called, but she wanted to further discuss with me a problem that she was having in a relationship, and turned into quite a toxic relationship. But when I read the thing, I was almost going blind because it was one long run-on paragraph. But anyway, I extracted from it the characteristics of her particular situation, and I generalized it because I'm sure each of us has experienced some form or fashion of a toxic relationship, and they usually have the same components. Oddly enough, they usually have the same components, and they're there for our growth. Okay? So you might have a mother that you don't get along with. I recently had a client who had a mother who was an alcoholic and actually died of alcoholism, and that went on. That relationship was extremely toxic. This particular person had a love interest that was very toxic with her, and so there's a lot of things that you'd want to. First thing you need to do is you need to recognize you're in a toxic relationship. It's a funny thing. The most interesting quality or characteristic of a toxic relationship is that you don't know you're in one. You may think that you've done something wrong, or if you just do something a little differently, you'll be able to make it harmonious. You'll be able to get that person back, or you'll be able to get that love you crave. I said something interesting, didn't I? That love you crave. Toxic relationships are there to trigger our sense of self-love, to help us grow in that area. And finally, to move us to our specific magnificence as a spiritual being having a physical experience. So a toxic relationship, although it may seem really difficult when you're in it, is there to help you grow and help you find your own particular bliss while you still are in physical form. Help you move from an ego having a physical experience to a soul living in a body but having a spiritual existence. And when we live at a higher vibration, we actually have more luck. Our lives get better. And so there's a wonderful article on that there with several different kinds of resources, and there's a channel portion there. I forgot to channel to prepare for the show, but I'll try to channel I will channel in a moment a group message. But they talk, the guides, about self-esteem and self-worth, and how a toxic relationship can trigger or be a catalyst for you to increase your self-esteem, self-worth, by finding what it is that you came to Earth to do, your particular gifts, and then developing them. And once you're on point for that, you have a healthy relationship with yourself. And every relationship we have outside of ourselves is a reflection of our relationship with ourselves. So if you're experiencing dysfunction in external relationships, if you're experiencing toxic relationships, the first place to go is to yourself to clear it up. Don't try to find what's wrong with the other person. Don't try to clean them up. Come back to yourself and focus in on what makes you happy, what makes you feel good. What is your service? What are your particular gifts? And start to utilize them, do them, develop them, and you're going to find that the relationship with self gets better, and therefore your relationship with others becomes much healthier, and then much more possible to have love in your life. We all want love in our life, right? If we don't have love in our life, look at ourselves first. Okay. There is actually a book on this, this one I wrote called Soul Abundance, which has links in the article to it. But also there's another book, I think some of you might have heard of it, called Finding the One. And it talks about that in its own way. But basically when we make ourselves the one to begin with, then we are automatically in vibrational alignment to attract in love with the one, our soulmate. Okay, so we're going to go to our channeled message, and then we will go to the phone lines. And so everybody, please, if you're listening, if you would please just sit back in your respective locations and uncross your arms and legs and start to focus on your abdominal area, breathing in deeply and releasing deeply, allowing yourself to get very light and relaxed, very fluid, feeling of connecting with the universe, feeling daydream-like, asking for your angelic guides to join you. If you're looking for an other side connection, ask for your loved ones in the spirit world, specific ones, to join you. If you're thinking of a life question or a healing that you need, please focus on that now. While you do that, I will do the prayer, and I'll be back in a second. And now, on your next exhale of breath, if you would please release into your space your energy, I will connect all of us. One moment, please. Okay, good. All right, let me just pull in the ones, and we will give a general message, which hopefully will resonate with those that are listening now or in the future. We are here. We are the ones. We love each of you as if we were you. And in some respect, we are you. One of the most difficult things to understand when one is on Earth is the premise or the understanding of being connected to all. Each of you is connected to all. Each of you is part of the all. And it is difficult for you to understand this while still in physical form. This is the seedbed or the beginning of a toxic relationship, not only with self, but also with others. If one were to understand that one is a beacon of light, that when one aligns with their own light, they become a connective vehicle to others. When you connect to yourself, you can then connect to others. So the first connection needs to happen with self. The more one does this, more one is forgiving of self, loving of self, hears oneself, aligns with oneself in a way that allows oneself to develop gifts in service, not only to self, but to others. The more one gives of their gifts in service to self and others, the more one becomes connected to everyone and everything. Your brother is not different than you. Your foe is not a foe, but a friend. Your friend is not a foe. Your friend is your friend. There is no such thing as being different. There is no such thing as having your karma as separate from another. You see, all lessons are connected. All karma is connected. And so when one understands this, one is gentle with the self. One is gentle with the others that would appear to be different or separate from you. The more you can understand this alignment, that all of you are connected, the more that you will find dysfunctional, toxic connections to self and others will diminish. And you will find yourself living in the flow of the all As one is aligned with the all, as one releases resistance to what appears to be, falsely so, as negative, the more one enters the state of divine flow. Flow is the element from which miracles can arise. Flow is the miracle from which you are connected. Flow is the Tao of all. Flow is the energy of all. The energy of all carries within it the seeds of progress, the seeds of healing, the seeds of bliss, the seeds of miracles. Allow yourself to align with yourself first. Hear yourself in daily meditation. Listen to your heart. Become more aware of how you feel about things. The more you do this, the more you will find that you will align with Source and live in the miracle of divine flow. Namaste. Well, that sounds rather pedantic. Anyway, we all try to do that. I have a couple of articles on my website. I already mentioned one on toxic relationships. There's another one on setting boundaries. There's another one on how to be alone, okay, at the holidays. But how to be alone, how to be happy alone. Because when we're happy alone in this illusion of being separate from others, we then attract happiness in. It's always the same thing, but just from a different side of the coin. Okay, so I'm going to go to phone lines, and if you are on Facebook and listening, there is a phone number. It's in the post, but I'll say it again, which is 347-945-5849. And there's also a Skype way to attach to this reading queue. And that Skype link can be found on Blog Talk Radio. But the easiest way to find that link is to go to spiritmediumtv.com, and you'll find there all the information I'm saying. spiritmediumtv.com. Hi, Christina from Las Vegas. That sounds like a fun place. Hi, Dee from Indiana. Hi, Erica from Texas. Hi, Chuck, if you're still here. I think you left maybe, from Ohio. Okay, so I'm going to go to Erin, who got cut off. She has a life question. Hey, Erin, how are you doing? Well, looks like Erin might have, I don't know, I can't hear her, so I'm going to put her back in the queue. Maybe she went off to do something different. I'm going to go to Amala. Did I say your... Hi, sweetheart. Did I say... I said your name right? Okay, good. So, Amala, just give me the question, honey. Do not give me a lot of background.
Sure. So I am looking for my soul tribe relationships. I think it's already on its way, but I'm looking for the right relationship for me, Mr. Right for me. So I'm looking for a deep, committed person to come into my life.
Okay. Let's see, Amala.
My question.
So your question is the right person. When is that person going to come in, if at all? And what are you doing about yourself to what you need to do? I'm going to add in what you need to do in your own particular world to attract that person in.
Sure.
Hold on one second, Amala. 860. What does she need to do? You're open to this. You're open to this. You've done a lot.
Absolutely.
A lot of work on yourself. You are listening to your heart center more and more. You are learning about service from your soul's perspective. In other words, what is your dharma? You're doing that. You're on path for your own higher self and what you're supposed to do. Your karma is being resolved. So you have done all that work, and that's not work, but you've done your evolution. You're ready. It would seem that you're very ready. You're very calm. You're very kind. You're a very giving individual. You're giving a lot to others in your work, and this is healthy. Mm-hmm. This is healthy. You do it in the right way. I'm going through all this because we're getting somewhere.
Sure.
Okay, so you're a very giving person. You're giving enough. You're giving of your dharma. You're doing your dharma. Your dharma is good work to help and heal others. This is how you will be meeting your soulmate, through your work. It does not have to come through a client situation or one-on-one. It may come through the cosmic connection of your work. It will create for you an alignment with higher power and source to pull him in. Okay. And you seem to have had conversations on a soul level with this person already. And if you're not, then you should be asking for the time and place to be given to you. In other words, that you be aligned with the right time and place to trigger the connection. He is not far away from you, Amala. He's not far away from you. He's near you now.
Okay.
And they don't mean in a location, although they may. I'm just saying they're near you. He's near you energetically. You have been asking. And you've been asking in the right way. Okay? So I see now, as I move down to earth level a little bit now, I see January, February time frame. There looks like a connection there coming in around your work life through somebody you meet through work. So he's going to come in through somebody you meet through work. It means that it could be a friend of somebody. It could actually be.
A name, Justin.
I could ask on that. Well, I see.
Yeah.
Just want to say though, I'll get that in a second. I just want to say that February, January is a hot month for that connection. Now, whether or not you met him already, I'll find out in a moment. But it seems to be getting more important at that time, and it seems to be somehow the connection comes in either directly or indirectly through a work activity that you do. Let me see if it's Justin. Okay. Justin. No, it's not Justin. Justin, they're saying no to Justin. And they say something about a Facebook friend. Is that how you know him, honey? Have you met him face to face?
I met him he was a Facebook, he still is. But I met him in person in October.
Okay. Well, they put him in that category of a Facebook friend, meaning a little less personal at this moment. Okay. All right. I don't think he's going to he's not going to move out of that friend category. Not in the foreseeable future. It's somebody else you're going to be meeting through work. And I actually see a social gathering connected with work is like at the end of a day, a long day of work. It's not exactly a cocktail party because the people that you work with are not into that, but it is a social gathering of some sort, and you'll be meeting him that way. There will be refreshments served at this thing for some reason, like holistic stuff, and that it'll be a gathering of sorts, and there will be in the February, anywhere from late January to early March is where I see this happening. And you're going to like him very much. You're ready. Your self-esteem is excellent. You feel good about yourself. You prepared yourself. You are the best you that you can now be. I see that your body is in good form. I see a woman who has short hair, brown hair. I don't know if this is you, but this is what I see. Short brown hair, good form. You have your body in good shape. I think that you worked on yourself quite a bit, including physically, like you've gotten your body down a real healthy weight. You're a very healthy person, and you have very good self-esteem. So I see you there at this little gathering and meeting somebody. Okay?
Oh, yay. This is so wonderful. It's always when you just did all those tidbits of what I'm doing for myself and check. Thank you so much.
If you listen to earlier what was being said, lately I've been writing a lot of articles because life has been channeling to me relationship questions through people that come to me and things that happen, and it's all going back to relationship with self first. When we get that right, then we become a magnet. We become a polarity, and we're going to attract in what's right for us. So that's where you're at. You've done it all, and you're ready to go, my dear. Blast off, my dear. Blast off.
Yay! And Happy New Year to all of us. Right? What a way to greet the year end, Stella.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Blessings, Laura.
Blessings,
I love
honey.
your energy. You're so happy. I love it.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. I wrote another article, which is kind of funny. Listen to this one, Amala. I wrote an article, How to Be Happy Alone, and the channeling in that article says, How to Be Happy Alone.
Yeah.
And And it is what you says. One of the channeling says, act happy and you'll be happy. Happiness is as happiness does. So we act happy, and hopefully happiness follows suit. But so I'm just, in other words, I'm putting on a smile. And
Absolutely.
all right.
Absolutely.
Thank you
Thank you so much.
Thank you, love. You have a beautiful. Thank you, honey. You have a beautiful, blessed day. Bye, honey. Bye. Okay, I'm going to go back to Erin. Erin, actually, she said Aaron, but the name is written as Erin, but I think it's Erin. Hello, Erin.
Hey there.
Hi, sweetheart. You must have slipped away before, because I did open your line, but you were nowhere to be found. You were
I heard you saying that you had opened it, but there's a little voice that usually is muted, unmuted, and he never said anything.
So interesting. I don't know. I tell you, this activity using Skype, or there's something else they have. Direct Connect is another tool. It's very erratic. I mean, some days I have a great connection with my callers. Other days it's touch and go. Okay, so yeah, I just want to say something to somebody on Facebook Live. Dee, I will talk about how to be happy alone in a moment again. Okay, it's like a big subject, how to be happy alone. Okay, so what is your question, darling? Go ahead and ask it. And don't give me background, just give me the question.
Just a general meeting.
Oh, okay. Then give me your actual area code for vibration, so I can get a little deeper for Aaron. Give me your area code, because you come on as.
I'm in the 757 area right now.
All right, Aaron, 757, Aaron. Well, you're feeling. Hold on, let me just double check this, Aaron. You're not feeling good about yourself. There's a challenge you're going through right now. It has to do with a situation in the home that's blocking you, or at least you feel it's blocking you. And it does seem to have to do with another person. Their energy is, so the person's energy seems to sap your energy. Would you understand that, please?
Uh-huh.
You would, okay. And the first thing Spirit wants to say is the way out of this is to know, or to remind yourself, that when we focus on the other person who we have no control over, we don't get anywhere. We get embroiled in, right? We get embroiled, we get stuck. So the first thing to do is to see, it's in all the articles I've recently written as well, seems to always go back to the same thing, is to focus in on your heart center on a daily basis and what you want to do today for you. Okay, this will stop and then do it. Okay, add in within reason. I mean, we can't do everything. I mean, some days I feel like I just want to go to Greece for a holiday, but I do the best I can with what I've got. So focus in on a daily basis to what you want in your life. What's going to make you happy? It could be very simple, like I feel like I want a lollipop today, or I feel like I want to take a walk in the woods, and do that. And stop getting involved in that other person's drama. They're calling it drama, if you will, or that other person's conflicts with himself. This person has conflicts with himself, which should be none of your business, even though you are sharing the household. That's another idea.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm sharing the house. At this point, I live with me over the summer, part of the summer and part of the fall, and because he was having a health issue, and it was very life and death health issue. I knew to be inviting that from it, but just had to live through it. I'm trying to recover it right now.
Okay. Well, when they say sharing the household, they just mean very close connection as well. So there was sharing.
It was one of my adult children that came back to live with me for a while.
Okay.
It was very difficult. He has a lot of health issues.
And you know what? If it's your child, it doesn't, there's always an energetic cord, it's an umbilical cord. And unless we understand how to suture it or how to clamp it, we can continue to be drained. And so the message, even though it may seem like there's a detachment, they're giving you additional tools to continue with your own life. And so I forgot where I was at, but something about even though you're sharing, that's all right, love. They use the word even though you're sharing the household, because I felt a strong connection there, and because that means the energy is still, you're going to always be connected. We can't change that to our own children, but we can clear the connection. So focus on yourself is the way to do that. Focus in on what you need to do each day in the moment to feel good about yourself, do what you love to do, eliminate any sense of responsibility to that occurring, or a woulda, coulda, shoulda, or can I. Handle it, fix it, do it. It's not to you. It's not up to you anymore. You know this, but I'm adding this in because it can't hurt to give you reinforcement. There was something else, Erin. You will be fine. Everything will be fine. You will be moving forward in your own life. The message then, just to summarize, have courage for yourself. Have courage for yourself. And also have faith in that other person that I think it's a male, will do the right thing. And you can also pray on that. You can also send healing to that person from your heart center to his using pink light. You can send. There's a really beautiful meditation I'd like to do right now with you and others for healing these kinds of. It's healing relationship with self. And everything that happens in toxic relationships that drain us, all of that. If we can heal our own heart center, it does wonders for us. It's like a emotional spa, if you will. Is there anything you want to ask me before I go into that, or did you want to change the subject, or because I'm going to go into that if you want to go into that.
Well, everything you said is accurate, and I did learn from that. I did. It was a big lesson in allowing other people their past, regardless of how painful it is, or how much you feel you need to fix things, try to fix things at your own expense. So a big, splash of that lesson, and I learned from it, and it was good. It cost me. I'm not sure. Maybe I didn't learn from it because I did. It took me a lot to help them. And I frankly would not have done anything differently because I needed to do what I needed to do to be able to live with myself. If that makes any sense.
No, it makes sense.
It cost me a lot, and now I have to deal with the fallout.
Yeah.
It cost me in other areas of my life. Any advice on those other areas? I've got to sort of back together.
Well, I want to say this before I continue, is that what the message is, the new message, is that you're still being drained emotionally because there's there's a tie that is literally and figuratively, we have a morphic field or a psychic connection to our children or other people that very strong.
You can't save them, and you have to allow them to have their path, and you have to
right. But what I'm and then we can go to a more topical level of here and now. But on a spiritual, emotional level, the thing to do right now is a healing to you. And it will allow you, and then we can project it to that person as well. So this is good for everyone. If you're working with self-esteem issues, self-love issues, if you're trying to take care of yourself better, this kind of a chakra focus will be very helpful. So everybody listening, including Erin, if you would go into your chest area, your heart center, your heart chakra, imagine it all filled with green light. Breathing in deeply from your abdominal area, exhaling deeply. And now imagine a beautiful white lotus flower in the center of the heart chakra. Breathing in deeply from your abdominal area and exhaling deeply. Seeing this beautiful lotus flower blossom open, breathing in deeply, exhaling deeply from your abdominal area. And as you continue to look at this beautiful flower, you start to notice the color yellow emerges. If you do this another time, you might have other colors emerge. Each color that you see would have a particular meaning. Today, the color yellow means self-esteem and information. Look at the color that you see today in your particular lotus flower. Breathing in deeply and exhaling deeply. Now I will interpret the color for you, Aaron, as we're using you as our subject today. And instead of a color I thought would be there, I'm seeing yellow for you. So that means something new. What is the meaning for yellow for Aaron, please? You need to let go of control issues. As you know already, this is helping you do that. This is giving you the confidence and the connection to God's source, spirit source energy, so that you will be able to let go. Color yellow is standing for solar plexus, which is ego and control. You are not responsible for that other person's health or healing. You are not responsible for how that person looks or feels. You are only responsible for your own connection to your own self. From this point forward, you will focus more on you, how you feel on a daily basis. Do not be afraid of your feelings. Do not be afraid of knowing yourself. We use at times relationships outside of ourselves, which we have created, by the way, on a subconscious level, to pull attention off of ourselves to the other. When we do not want to know ourselves, when we are afraid of discoveries, we do that without realizing it. And so we as your guides are reminding you today to go back to yourself, to allow yourself to reveal your karmic issues with self for this lifetime. Daily journaling will be in order for you, as well as kind acceptance, forgiveness, and love of self. Being in the moment of now, sitting with yourself and understanding yourself better. We will now move to another color which will increase the healing capacity of this exercise. This is true for everyone, and this would be the color pink. I would like you then to now see the color pink emerging from the center of the lotus flower, please. Breathing in deeply and exhaling deeply. The color of pink is the color of unconditional love of self, unconditional acceptance of self. You are now creating a better, stronger, and more intimate connection with your own self, with your own soul, with your own contract, soul contract for this lifetime. You're in acceptance of them. You are aligning with them. You are in allegiance with them. This alignment, acceptance, and allegiance will now allow you to move forward in a constructive and creative path for yourself. Each of you, Aaron, and all of those listening would have benefit from this exercise. We thank you all for listening, and we wish you all well on your journey. We will finish the meditation with a closing. The closing is now imagine that you're moving out of your heart chakra. The lotus flower is closing. It contains within it the beautiful pink light of love. You step away from the chakra, seeing the green with the white inside. And you now bless yourself as a positive and creative individual, capable of much love, not only for self, but for the world and for those in our relationship area that have caused us harm or toxicity. We now are in full acceptance of everything and the all that is. Namaste. Okay, so that was kind of like a healing meditation. I've done it on myself. It came in through a channeled meditation I was doing once, and every time you do it, it's a little different. But there, I was told to do it today for you, and I think if you listen to this again, you can hear it again. It would have a lot of healing for you, so that you can move forward. Now, on a more topical level, you had said you wanted an answer to a question of what to do next. Could you give that question to me a little bit more?
When I was visualizing the lotus, I saw it was a green with a cream, and it had fuchsia in it. So if you see anything for this fuchsia, that would be helpful. I didn't see any yellow, but I don't think. But I was trying to help him reorganize his life, and I guess that is a lesson in control. But so it's kind of causing some problems in areas. I was really under weather this year, so I put a lot of financial and emotional effort into trying to help him get back on his feet, and just caught me in some areas which I was trying to work on. It means really a great deal to me that I'm not. My also family member was in a hurricane, so just the family things. I ended up putting them into other people and stuff.
Yeah.
Potentially cost me in this other area, and I'm just getting thoughts or motivation from them about moving forward to try to pull the people together.
Yeah.
For myself.
Sure. Okay, so everything you're saying confirms what the healing was. The fuchsia is is a little bit different, and we will interpret that and see if there's a message in that for you. It's an extraordinarily relevant color for the situation you're in because it signifies a bleeding heart, an ulcerative condition that never heals. And so while we're giving you a meditation of healing, you're feeling, I will never heal, or it goes on and on and on. And so we will say to you, fuchsia is a good color. It is simply acknowledgement of a feeling that perhaps it cannot be resolved, or just what happened recently. We feel that it can be resolved. We feel that you will get over this. We feel the fuchsia color was simply there to come out so that you could see the bleeding heart more, so you could acknowledge it more, so that it can then be objectified and released. Allow your bleeding heart to go and allow yourself to fill with unconditional love. The path from bleeding heart to unconditional love is the color pink. And each color has a vibration to it, which is extremely emotionally healing. Each color shifts us in ways we had not even anticipated. It goes below the conscious mind to deeper levels and shifts us as an energy pattern. As if you could see yourself, right, as energy, right, you would simply see fuchsia is now transformed to pink. And pink is the color of being all right with yourself. So we have done a transformation. You were just simply crying out for help with the fuchsia color. See, as we were doing the meditation. So don't worry about that. You're on the right path. Now I'm just going to check in a different way. Is she on the right path? Is she doing everything? Yeah, you just need to be more aware of where the control issues were, where and what you're doing now that might be misconstrued as control. Go back to yourself. Go back to yourself. Go back to loving yourself, and you will find that this will all be released over time. You're not aware of where you're bleeding out. You see. So they're trying to make you more aware of that. Okay?
Okay.
All right, honey.
Great. That was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, love. Bye-bye. Okay. And if anybody is in there, hi, John. If anybody's in the Facebook queue and you would like to get in the reading queue, I do have some people that called in. Thank you all. Just call the number that's in the post text, which starts with area code 347, and it continues with 945-5849, and you'll enter the reading queue. Okay, we've got Marie, who is wanting a life question. Hey, Marie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, honey. How are you? Good.
I'm fine. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What I need from you now is a succinct question without background as much as possible, honey.
I guess my career.
Okay. Is her career good? I'm going to make it into a question, okay? And we can start with that. Marie at 636. Is her career good or bad, please, Spirit? Yes or no?
My career is okay.
I'm asking Spirit that question, so you're trying to tell me that's not the right question.
I'm sorry.
I was trying to create a question because that's how the answers will come in. You know, just as a technique I use. All right. So my question was: Is she okay? Are you on the right path with your career? I'll use that then. Unless you want to give me a better question, Marie, you have a chance to do that. You want to give me a different question, honey?
Will I find a better job soon?
Yes, you will. That's what comes popping in right away, and you're going to like it a lot more than what you're doing right now. It feels like you're overloaded with work. You're obviously a very conscientious kind of person, but also it does feel like there are sort of no wins in the environment you're in. It reminds me of a Lucille, right? It reminds me of a Lucille Ball episode where she was trying to put candy in she was on a candy line. She was working as somebody in a production line with candy, and the production line kept getting faster and faster and faster and faster, and they couldn't get the candies in the bag fast enough. You're in a no-win situation, and I think it's very fearful for you, because if you don't produce results the way it's set up, you feel like you're going to lose your job suddenly. or you would be,
Yeah.
losing it in some way, fashion, form. You are very gifted in what you do, however, and don't allow these challenges to get to you, because you need to be reinforced that, see, when you're in no-wins situations, it can make you feel, well, maybe I'm not that good at what I do. So Spirit is saying to you, you're very, very good at what you do. You just need to find a better environment, and I'm going to see where I can go with this, because that's the key to your answer, okay? Marie 636,
Okay.
very gifted, very good at what you do, very, very gifted. You know what you want to do, and you're going after it right now. It's a better kind of environment to work in, where there would be less of a client, they're using the word client load, and you'd be able to give attention to the people that you have to work with without it being overwhelming for you and taking a toll on your own health, with the stress and everything involved, and also the emotions of feeling, well, maybe I'm not so good. I mean, so that is coming in for you in the near term. You will find it very close to your home, not that far away. Now, I don't know what they mean by that yet. They could mean a few things. Is it work that's literally physically close to her home? Or is it just time-wise, Spirit? Home. Close to where you live physically, you'll be closer to home. There'll be less of a commute, and it's everything that you're looking for. It comes through the grapevine of people that you know that work in the industry, and I feel that I think by mid-January you're going to have a better understanding of this, of where it is located. And I know you're at 636, but this location reminds me, is 636 New York?
No, it's
Where is it, honey? Upstate?
no, Missouri.
Missouri, okay.
Midwest.
Well, what I see is like a suburban area outside of a more urban area, and that's where the job will be.
Okay.
And I hear the word, reminds me of something that I have in my own head, which is Good Samaritan Hospital. So it might be something to do with healthcare that you're in, and I also hear the word Good Samaritan, and I see it's a suburban location. So those could be some clues. Okay. All right, honey.
Okay, good, because I'm a nurse.
There you go. And I feel that you're in a setting that's very, it's like what do they call that, production line, people coming through, and you feel quite often, right, you can't handle it all, and you're not feeling effective because of that. It's affecting your sense of self-esteem and satisfaction in the job, but there's something else that's going to be coming in that is in a hospital setting, and that Good Samaritan, I don't know if that will have any relevance. I'll tell you where it's coming from in my reference. My aunt used to live on Long Island, New York, which is suburban, and that was their hospital. Like, all of her 6 children were born in Good Samaritan Hospital. So Spirit wouldn't use that for me unless it was significant for you. So maybe there's a name or something like that that will be part of the solution. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, love. God bless.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to go to Emmy, who's been waiting the longest. And Emmy, hi there.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great.
Good.
How are you?
I'm semi-okay.
You're somewhat okay. Okay, so if you've been listening, you might have heard that I asked for a succinct question to begin. I don't like a lot of background because it could it could affect the clarity of your answer. So go ahead and give me a question.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering, in time really, really soon that I'll be finding a great career. Is that any coming to near soon in my life?
Okay, career. Well, we'll focus on career. So for Emmy 561, she's going to find a career she likes. Yeah, you are. It seems like you are employed now. Are you employed now, honey?
No, per se. I'm doing independent work for myself, but I am looking for a permanent position with a corporate, and that's what I'm trying to get.
All right, so you are making money now, all right? You're not completely not working or sitting around staring. That's what they mean. Okay, hold on 1 second, please, Emily. She's going to be able to find a corporate position with her career that she likes. Well, I'll just say, are you going to be able to find a corporate position? Let's see. No, not right away. You're going to have to learn how to expand what you're doing now into self-employment capacity, but eventually you will find something. But it doesn't look like it happens until the May to June time frame. They also want you to know that you can expand what you're doing now. It may seem a little scary what just was said to you, but actually by virtue of doing that, you will happen upon a client that will hire you. Looking for contract positions that are in the field that you do will lead to the full employment, and it also will empower you to do better in the corporate world in the future, because this is a growth for you as a human being to do this, learning about this, learning how to, market yourself a little bit better. And instead of looking at it as a curse, look at it as a skill building experience that will get you out of your box career-wise and put you at a new plateau and new level. There's something about bringing in some contracts or some business that you can do on your own will make you more of a, fighter in the workplace, or empowered in the workplace, because not fighting, it's just empowered. You'll be stronger personality for this. Somehow I get the feeling of personnel or human resources. What is the kind of work you do, love?
Like a technology for like the project management.
You do technology for project management. Oh, interesting. That's difficult, because that's very specific. Well, okay, let me see something. Because they were giving me personnel and human resources, maybe that's a clue as to where to go with this.
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah. You might end up working in a firm, a big firm that needs that in a personnel human resource capacity. So I wouldn't use it though as your main way to get work. I would just look at how I can get contract work to do this more and more and more. You may have to go directly to some clients, maybe to their human resource departments, and assert yourself. Because I know this may sound a little troubling to you, but one of the ways that you will ensure a much more secure future is becoming more assertive in other ways. For example, you might end up being able to sell this software if you grow that way. So I want you to look at it as a positive thing, and I want to also remind you that there is work to be had as a contractor, and don't look at it as a negative, look at it as positive. Because the reason I'm saying all this to you is because they think it might make you scared, like, oh my God, I want an employer. I don't want to be contracting. But I'm letting you know it's all for the good, and there is work like that. So don't worry about it, okay? Just go out and do it. It's all for the better. It's going to lead you to your permanent job. What? What? I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, it's kind of like becoming difficult for me because financially as an independent, so I was getting a pretty good job, financially that was taken away back in July. So I wanted to kind of stabilize my situation as well.
Yeah. So you were a contractor, you said, and you were making in the six figures?
I was a permanent employee.
Oh, okay. Well, what about going to contract status with certain agencies that place you? I mean, that should be pretty lucrative, especially with your skill set.
Yeah. So I do have a contractor companies calling, however, majority of times not where I wanted to be located. So I guess that's where I have a difficult.
Oh, okay, I get it. Isn't there something that you can do from home, since it is software? Isn't there? I would say this: continue to look for different contracting solutions and positions. I think that's where I got the personnel feeling. The personnel feeling is that you'll have to work either directly to a company in their personnel department, or you'll be working with agencies that do do that interface for you. But there are other positions available that perhaps I see you more staying where you are and doing the work from home. There may be some travel involved here and there. But in this day and age, you don't necessarily need to relocate to do what you're doing, and you're very good at it. So you're going to do well, love. Don't worry about it. Just continue the contracting route for now, and it will lead to something permanent. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, honey. Bye-bye. Okay. I'm going to go to Latima, and then I'm going to go to Diane, who has a cute little question here as well. Latima, hello, hello, hello. What is your question, darling?
Hi, hello.
Hi.
It's about a relationship.
Okay. Is there a person there is a particular person involved, so give me the initials of that person, please.
SP.
S-T. S is in Sam, T is in Thomas.
SP.
P is in Paul.
SP. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. S is in Sam, P is in Paul. Latima. Okay. I'm just going to see if I get anything on his energy to begin with. He's good for you. I'm getting a positive feeling about this person. Now, I don't know what your question is, but the answer is positive about him. He's a good person. He means what he says. He's looking to do something more serious with you, and he's not going to run off like many of the others have. They're giving me that answer, too, that idea as well. And you're very smart about this. You're going about it the right way. You're opening up your heart to this individual in a smart and mature way. You're not asking for anything unreasonable, or I'm using that word, but they're saying you're not asking for I hear a little baby. You're not asking for any favors. You're not asking for anything unreasonable. You're just asking that this person be responsible and do the right thing with you. And I feel that there's a good energy about him. Okay, Latima?
Okay.
All right, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Is there anything
I'm kind of unsure.
you're unsure about? What, honey?
I said I was kind of unsure with him, so my goal is to make sure if the thing between us.
So you're breaking up, so let me just see if I heard you. You're unsure if he was good or bad. Is that what you're saying? And that was what you really wanted to know?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the answer is
Yes.
he's a good guy. He's a good guy. And I feel that he's somebody that is worthy of you. He will do the right thing, just as he's been indicating. But, obviously, it's time needs to prove the words that are coming from my mouth. But the answer is he's good for you and he's a good person. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, honey. Thanks. Bye-bye. Okay. I said I was going to just talk to Diane for a moment, and then I'll go to 480, because Diane has an interesting question. I see Sylvia also has one. Tell me about my situation. I would need more information, honey, because we only have a few moments left. But Diane gave me a more specific question, and that is friends and loved ones around. Is there one who stands out the most? I'm going to try to give you a quick answer, Diane. And then I'm going to go to 480 if I have time left. I think I will. Diane, mother. Okay, there's a mother figure for you, honey, that is following around, looking in on you. She sends you flowers and roses, and she has a very kind heart. For some reason or other, I also see the color yellow is significant for you in some way. I'm not quite sure why, but she shows me the color yellow. It seems like she shows me that you have a child under you, or it seems to be at least one child under you that's male, and she sends that grandchild love. If she's not your mother, then she'd be grandmother to you. She's a mother figure, and she's following you around as best as can be, honey. Not that much, but as best as can be. I hope that this message makes sense to you, love. I have trouble validating it as you're on Facebook.
90 seconds.
But I'm giving you a quick answer. 480 disappeared, so I'll come to you, Sylvia Lewinsky. You're here. Tell me about my situation. I'll give you what I can get, but I have no way of validating it because unless you type real quickly. Let's see. Sylvia Lewinsky, her situation. Does she have a lot of love in your home, actually, and you're a very good person. You're taking care of others right now. And there is somebody in particular that
60 seconds.
relies on you for their help, and you're doing a very good job with that. Don't get discouraged, and just keep up the good work. That's the answer I'm getting, honey. I hope that makes sense to you, darling. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody now. I thank you all for calling in. I hope that you have a beautiful rest of day. I look forward to doing this with you again Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Bye all. Namaste.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.